Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review for Halloween month. Now, now we're talking about reviewing another film that came out this year that well, I still don't like that. I don't like this film. I don't. But it's not a huge rant like on the previous one because it's a film. Talk to Me. It's a film called. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Talk to Me. But as I should have expected, I should why I wouldn't like it is a horror film because it's another one. It's released by the studio A24. Once again, at least I should have known. So yeah, another horror film from A24 I don't like. Now, I will say I don't like this film still, but I didn't hate it, like I have for the previous films, right? Like with Midsommar or Hereditary or The Witch, It Comes at Night, Killing the Sacred Deer, or the other one came out the other one that came out this year, Beau is Afraid. I reviewed Beau is Afraid. Now those films I hate, especially Midsommar and Hereditary. Those are the two ones I hate the most. Because those films piss me off more. And Beau is Afraid, which I say it's one of Joaquin Phoenix's worst. I'm sorry. I hated that film. Because not only because first of all, that film is is 3 hours long, which did not need to be. That's one thing. But you just go back on my review on that film. But with this film, I don't like this film. But the thing is, I don't hate it like I did all the previous A24 films for horror films. And like I said before, when they don't do horror films, I like I said, Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, The Disaster Artist, I like, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really did enjoy that film. So when they don't do horror, I tend to like. But when they do, I don't. Men, X, those are other ones from last year I did not like at all. But Beau is Afraid, I would say Beau is Afraid is much worse than this. Especially also if it's from that director Ari Aster, who should not be directing any more movies, who directed those Midsommar and Hereditary, who directed Beau is Afraid. But anyway, with this film, Talk to Me. This film got a lot of praise. I think it has a 97% Rotten Tomatoes. I have no idea why. I don't know why this film got so much praise. I think it has a 7.2 or 5 or IMDb. But that, to me, I don't get all this high praise was. But the film made money. It made $70 million worldwide on a small budget, I would say, and it's gonna get a sequel. So I don't get why this film gets all the praise and why this film needs a sequel. I have no idea why. Because one thing I keep saying, when how A24 makes their human characters, they don't act like human beings in this film. Except for one character who actually acts like a human being in this movie, I would say. Because this character has more common sense than all these other characters I've seen. But I'll get to that, though. So, no, I'll mention, this film takes place in Australia. You have to mention that because it's in Australia, not only because of the accent stuff, but you see a kangaroo, because where else would a kangaroo would reside in, right? But the story is that you have this girl by the name of Mia. She lost her mother. I think it's like over a year or so, I think. And she has a best friend named Jade, and Jade has a brother named Riley. So now, like I said, Jade, Mia's best friend, she's the one who has basically the most common sense in any of these people. I'm like, wow, in an A24 horror film, a character actually has common sense, you know? But, they go to this party where they have all these people, these friends. They have this severed hand. And if you hold on to it, grab onto it, say, talk to me. And like for like 90 seconds, you'll be possessed, but you can't hold it for 90 seconds for that long. I'm like, this is what you do when you go to a party with your friends, you just play games to get possessed. I'm like, whatever happened to like beer pong or something like that, you know? But I guess touching a severed hand to get possessed I guess that's a new party craze, I guess. So early in the film, there was a guy who got possessed and has his brother right, who was possessed, and I guess I forget that his. He gave an explanation. I don't know what he knew about this. Like if you get possessed long enough, though, eventually the spirit will get tired or whatever, and eventually leaves. I don't know how this guy knows about that though. But thing is though, Mia does this. I think it's like what you see in the trailer or whatever, right? She gets possessed. She's chained up and gets possessed, and this is where you see where she's leaning in the chair like this, smiling, and you're like, hey, talking nonsense like this. Hey. I'm like, is she doing like a interpretation of what you saw in Truth or Dare? You know, with the smile. Or speaking of Smile, that horror film that came out last year, Smile. Trying to do the best interpretation of from those movies. Because when you possess, you just go, you know. And she has these visions about what happens to Riley though. I will get to that though, but that's when she gets possessed. She gets possessed by that, and she's chained up. And it's funny that they see her get possessed and all stuff though, right? And then afterwards, Jade, who has the most common sense, just says because like her brother wants to do this, right? Well, especially Mia coaxed Riley to doing this. I don't know if you say it's a guilt trip or not though. I'm like, wow, you're a shitty friend. I'm like, you saw what happened to you, right? They saw what happened to you. You're possessed, right? But yeah, you want Mia, but Mia wants Riley to do this, and even though Jade says no, you're not doing this, she leaves. I'm like, the one person who has common sense and sees about your friend being possessed. And yet Riley wants to do this, and I like no, and she leaves. I'm like, she's the one who has the most common sense in this. And yet Mia is a shitty friend that she wants Riley to do this, and he does anyway. I'm like, wow, you're a shitty friend. I'm like, all these other people are so stupid as well. You know, this is the point I was saying, like, you know what? Fuck all these people. Jade, you know? I'm like, fuck all these people, because they're also so, including Mia, supposed to be our likable character. No, not even her. They're all stupid. They're so stupid, you know? Except for Jade, who said she leaves and says no in the first place. Good. But the Riley, he's stupid for staying as well. So he touches the hand, he gets possessed, and people do not take precautions because I'm like, the because he's possessed, right? And he's possessed, like, and he pretends that he's like he's Mia's mom, right? Through him, the spirit through Riley speaking as if he's Riley's right, Mia's mom, and he starts bashing his head. Riley starts bashing his head against whatever, was a table or whatever, and his head starts bleeding. It's not like he was doing it very fast, right? I'm like, people are just standing there watching, right? I'm like, he's like, bashes his head once, pause for a second, does it again, and then with another pause, and a third time. I'm like, in between pauses, you don't just stop the person, you know, like hold him or whatever, and no, they just stand there as he stupidly as he watches him bash his head in, even though between pauses he could have tackled his ass. So he's in the hospital. Jade and her mom are pissed at Mia, rightfully so. Yes, I'm like, yes, they have a right to be pissed because Mia is a shitty friend now. I'm supposed to like this character because she's so stupid anyway, and she's not on not good terms with her father either. She treats her father like crap. I'm like, but she does the possession thing again, where she does get possessed, and you know, in the way, tells that because her father tells that her mom did not die of overdose. It was a suicide. Shows in the suicide note, and yet like the spirit tells Mia that because she's still seeing visions, right, of this spirit. It says that her dad's lying, and takes the scissors and stabs in the neck, and I guess he dies. And then Mia has an ex-boyfriend who's now with Jade, at which he was possessed. I think yeah, because he also was possessed before too as well, where he starts humping the floor, and then he's like French kissing the dog. I'm like, which I'm surprised, you know, in typical horror they didn't kill the dog, right? Because if something like that, I'm like, first of all, why would you let a dog get near a person who's possessed? I don't care if he's like humping the floor, then there's a French kissing the dog. But I'm like, I'm surprised they didn't kill a dog off though. But I'm like, would you have a dog have be near someone who's possessed? I'm just saying. But then after he leaves, rightfully so, and then I guess I forgot how it was. Like, I guess Mia was with her ex. I'm like, there's a way, like, she was like, when you're possessed, I guess you just sleep like next to the boyfriend. I forget how that went though, but here's the thing that really has made me like, oh my god, like, I was over like this because she sees the vision of the spirit, whatever, the girl, the woman, or whatever. She sees the woman sucking on. I guess when you're even possessed, you just like you're laying with your ex and like this. I guess it's a way of doing something like, I don't know. I would say copy a feel. That's using a term I'm trying to say though, but she sees the vision of the woman sucking on the guy's foot, right? And because I think I mentioned. I guess it was her ex-boyfriend because she was with now the guy is with Jade. But I was saying, she sees the woman vision of the woman sucking on the guy's foot. But then when the guy wakes up, it's actually Mia sucking on the guy's foot. I'm like, oh. And this is supposed to be like this version of Drag Me to Hell. What I mean by that, it's like, where the old lady was sucking on the woman's chin, gumming her chin. I'm like, is this supposed to be this version, right? I'm like, and I'm watching this. How is this supposed to be How is this supposed to be scary or creepy or suspenseful? I don't see why. I don't see why it's not any of those things. And like I said, I don't get what's the praise this film gets. I don't get it. But you sucking on a guy's foot. Oh, that's supposed to be creepy, right? To me, that comes off as silly. And so, and then the guy leaves, which I guess he's the other one, who's smart enough to leave, I guess, besides Jade. So he leaves. And then, I guess, now she goes to the hospital, that's where Riley's at. And the spirit's posing as her mom, which I'm like, if this is your mom, wouldn't it be telling you to do these things? I'm like, why? Of course, it's not her mom, of course, but still, I'm like, your mom, his mom would tell you to do these things. Mother knows best, I guess. But it's just this evil spirit, and Besides, I don't know why it wants Riley dead. I have no idea why. There's never an explanation why this spirit wants Riley dead. It's not really a full explanation there. So, and it tells Mia to instead of like I guess if it wants to get Riley so bad, doesn't decide to take a pill and suffocate him. Would you think that would be the quickest way, right? Take a pillow and just suffocate him? No, it's just take the time to put him in a wheelchair and wheel him out to the highway, right? To have him get hit by a car, basically. But why is just wheeling him in a wheelchair? No one in this hospital doesn't notice. Like, no nurses, doctors, other staff members. They did not notice a patient being wheeled out without any knowledge at all. If so, then all these people should be fired. All these people should be fired if they just not notice. I'm like, what's all these stupid people? All these people in this movie are pretty much stupid, except for pretty much Jade. Maybe her boyfriend now, Mia's ex, because he left, rightfully so, right? But so I think mostly it's Jade. So, and then I don't know why they couldn't just suffocate him with a pillow, be the quickest way, but no, they take to wheel him out there though. And I guess with a few choice words, I think it was Jade whose voice was said. I don't forget though, or maybe it was the spirit who says some right words and it snaps her out of it. So. I saw how this was gonna end, right? We see a car swerve. She's in the middle of the road, not Riley, and I'm like, okay, she's dead because she's in a hospital, all bruised and whatever. And no one is acknowledging her. No one, no doctors or her friend, right? They're not acknowledging her, and then, but I'm like, and then we see the Jade. I'm like, you think all this is due possession that you saw, right? But still. But she's like, holding her brother. And I think it's funny that, okay, I understand it's your brother, but she's also not acknowledging that her friend got hit and killed. Like, not even looking at the road or whatever. No, she's just too busy paying attention to him. I'm like, I get it's your brother though, but I'm like, don't just bother to look. Is your friend who got hit? But at the same time though, and how the way it ended, and how it ended, I'm like, I thought it was kind of a little bit of an interesting thing, right? Where it cuts to black, but then all of a sudden there's light shines, and this hand is grabbing him onto Mia, right? Hey, all these other ones are letting her in. Henceforth, the white light, because she also saw her dad walk into an elevator as well. You probably say the elevator to heaven. You could say, but I like how the way when it starts fading to black, and then the light shown. A light is being shown, and then a hand grabbing her. Henceforth, she know that she's now a spirit herself now. I thought it was kind of like an interesting reveal. In that certain aspect, but at the same time, I don't care about this character because this whole entire time I don't care about this character at all. Because to me, she was not likable. I mean, she's the one who coaxed Riley into getting the possession, right, getting his head smashed in and ended up in a hospital, and when Jada was telling her brother not to do this, and she goes like, well, what do you know? You don't have to be such a bitch about it. I'm like, fuck you, lady. You know what? You deserve to get your ass possessed and you deserve to die like that. Because first of all, you're so stupid. Because but you're dealing with your dead mom. After you're possessed before, you want to do it again. And all these other people were just standing by watching and not doing anything about it. Even when Riley was bashing his head against the table or whatever, and no one they just stand there not doing anything. So I'm like, fuck all these people, except for Jade. They're so freaking stupid. But one thing I'll pause on, I'll still say that the actress who played Mia, I think she did pretty decently well, I would say. So so the person who played Mia, I think she did very decently. The girl who played Jade, she's the one who had the character had the most common sense of everybody in this movie. And when Riley was in the hospital, Jade and her mom was pissed at Mia. I'm like, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all because Mia was so stupid. I'm like, yeah, you can say, it was possession, but still, she's the one who coaxed him into doing it in the first place. So I'm like, screw you, Mia. and when she was talking crap to her dad, and it's listen to the ghost control her or whatever, stabs their father with scissors. And the whole thing with her ex-boyfriend, and then just sucking on his foot. I'm like, we're supposed to be the version of Drag Me to Hell, except sucking on the chin. Now it's the guy's foot. I'm like, all this stuff is supposed to be, how is it supposed to be scary? I don't see what's so scary about it. Because even though the whole thing, she was possessed, like, hey. Which to me, that turns out was silly and laughable, Because I'm like, yeah, that's supposed to be scary. What's supposed to be a version of Truth or Dare, or a little bit with Smile, whatever. So yeah, yeah. I guess I still say I don't like this film. I don't, but I don't hate it like all the previous A24 movies. I hate, especially with Beau is Afraid that came out this year. But the thing is, it's just the characters are stupid, except for Jade though. But I just don't get why this film got a lot of praise for. I don't. But hey, it made enough money. It's going to get a sequel, so my opinion doesn't mean shit. But I say Beau is Afraid is a lot worse. That film pissed me off more. And same with the previous ones, like I said, with Men, X, like I said, Midsommar, Hereditary, The Witch, Tusk, It Comes at Night, Killing the Sacred Deer, The Lighthouse, I just don't get it. Why these horror films get made from the studio, I have no idea. Make more films like Uncut Gems or The Disaster Artist or Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once was not a horror film, and that made the most money from that studio. And it got Oscar recognition. It won for Best Picture, for Best Actress, Supporting Actress, Supporting Actor. Doesn't that tell A24? Does that tell you something? But what do I know? So yeah, overall, yes, I don't like this film. To me, I think this film still sucks. So that's what another A24 horror film. Once again, I don't like. You think I should know all this by now? But hey, it's for you guys. More for another rant on another from this overrated from another film from this overrated studio. Once again, so there you have it. But if people like this film, go ahead. More power to you. I don't criticize anyone for liking this film. I just will disagree. I will not understand it. So, you can like this film. That's fine. To me, talk to me. For a second, I was also gonna say, talk to the hand. Stupid thing from what Arnold did in Terminator 3. You know, talk to the hand. You know, instead of talking to me. Yeah, you can say talk to this hand, or talk to this. This is only to the film, also to the studio as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and see you next time. Later.